getting ready for dinner?
I mean, I'm frantic at my house trying to figure out how you have a sleepover, hotel stay kind of thing first night in your house. What do you take? But I'm not worried because it's like, I don't have to worry about dinner.
I thought it was a coordination nightmare.
Let's discuss Kody surprising Janelle with a brand new bed for Christmas. Yes, you read that correctly. A new bed. And how the other wives reacted? Whew, Robyn's face alone was an entire narrative. The sheer annoyance emanating from her? Iconic. And Kody? He had that timeless look like he suddenly knew he made a huge error, but couldn't backpedal quick enough. You know the look, somewhere between a cringe and a midlife crisis. But hold up, it gets even better. I've written about this like 4 times this weekend because I just can't help myself. It's addictive, and you know Robyn got a newer, improved bed soon after. No way she let that slide. Check out her face, about to blow like a volcano. Kody notices it too. His forehead creases in real time, as if he's doing the math on how deep he's in. Spoiler, it's pretty deep. And isn't it funny how Kody instantly turns into Mr. Sensitive when Robyn gets upset? But when Christine pipes up with real feelings, boom, immediately annoyed. Like, Kody, make it make sense. That caveman and deep thought look he makes when the wives get going? Priceless. It's like he's wondering if he's in for a reprimand, or if he can just check out mentally. Now, let's give a moment of appreciation to Robyn's fashion. Always dressed in those iconic diesel jeans, as if she's one gasp away from a complete breakdown. And for real, she might have beaten the original wives at that attitude. That scowl Kody wears when Christine speaks? Yeah, that expression is carved into his face by now. But here's the tea. Why is everybody upset about Janelle receiving a new bed? Is it jealousy? Are they concerned about the ahem quality time Janelle and Kody are having? There's clearly something brewing under the surface here. And guess what? We're gonna break down all of it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to Reality Nexus X. You're gonna want to stick around for this one because we're diving deep into a theory that's gonna blow your mind. So, a person had this theory about Robyn, and I've not stopped pondering it ever since. Imagine this. 2 people sit down to see Twilight. Don't judge us. And as soon as Bella Swan assaults us with that signature, woe is me look, one of them turns and says, "That is so Robyn." And truthfully, it worked. The parallel? Frighteningly on the mark. From the hair to the brows to the whole passive-aggressive, damsel in distress energy, Robyn is basically Bella Swan in a parallel universe. Like she studied Twilight like it was gospel. It's as if she took notes on how to look meek and helpless while secretly pulling the strings in every situation. And plot twist, Twilight was written by an LDS author. That explains why Bella's whole vibe is oddly familiar if you've been watching this show. And you know what's even more fascinating? One of the other wives was already a Twilight nut, had posters all over when it came out. Then boom, Robyn shows up, and all of a sudden, she's Bella 2.0. It's like she spotted a gap and went cosplay style. Coincidence? I think not. But we're not done. This sweet, innocent act, it didn't just materialize. Robyn learned it from her mom. And now she's passing it right down to her daughters. Watch closely next time. You'll see those dramatic, tearful expressions are not spontaneous. They're rehearsed, taught, perfected. It's manipulation passed down like a family heirloom. And Kody, he's obviously in on it, whether he knows it or not. Robyn is such a good official wife that he gives her everything. His time, attention, protection, while the other wives and children receive what's left over. There was even an interview where someone made a slip, implying Robyn's mom wanted her husband all to herself. It was immediately walked back, but the atmosphere? Definitely familiar. At this stage, Kody needs to just quit pretending. Forget the entire "we're a big, happy, plural family" fantasy. Just own it. Robyn is the one. Period. End of story. But using her children to enact this fantasy? That's where it gets ugly. You can't rewrite your childhood by writing their scripts. That's not healing, that's control. And talking about rewriting, Kody has a PhD in that. His lies, legendary. Seeing him retell tales with a straight face is like seeing a magician do sleight of hand. I just watched the extended cut of last week's episode because apparently I like starting my day off in rage. And oh boy, Kody was on top of his game. He said the wives and therapist urged him to get back together with Meri, but he didn't. Funny because last year's tell-all featured him melodramatically telling them he wanted to reconcile, but Christine intervened. Which version do we believe today, Kody? So strap in, because this rabbit hole just keeps going deeper. Let's peel back the layers, dissect the drama, and shine a light on all the madness that brings us back week after week. Don't move an inch. This is just the start. Nope. I never thought it, not for a second. But this most recent episode, it takes the cake. By this time, it couldn't be more clear that Kody has not thought of himself married to Meri for years. And what's crazy? He's perfectly okay with that. No remorse, no inner conflict, just vibes and favoritism. And now, let's get to the big, obvious elephant in the room, Kody's blatant favoritism. Everyone in this family sees it. The wives, the children, even the ones wearing diapers. Know Kody is devoted to Robyn. He spoils her, takes all his attention and energy to give to her, and essentially sacrifices the other wives and their children under the bus. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is fact. And it's why his other marriages blew up and why his relationship with most of his children are now irreparably damaged. So why are Kody and Robyn still acting like the rest of us haven't been watching this circus for the last decade? Like, am I the crazy one? Or is the whole cast just living in denial? It's draining to watch. Honestly, I don't even watch it for insight anymore. I'm just here hoping someone finally calls them out to their faces. All the whispering and side eyes, that's old. We need real confrontation. Kody's narrative is akin to attempting to track a tornado. It changes direction every 5 minutes. And perhaps, just perhaps, that's the plan. Keep everyone so disoriented they don't have time to catch the glaring contradictions, such as his most recent excuse, accusing Christine of being the reason he didn't make up with Meri. Come on, Kody. Let's be real. If that conversation ever did occur, Christine would have said exactly what she just made clear. How cruel it was of Kody to lead Meri on for years when he had no intention whatsoever of ever restoring their relationship. It's vintage Kody. Rewrite history, avoid responsibility, blame someone else, and don't even mention his crocodile tears for Christine. The man actually said he never loved her, and now all of a sudden he's mourning the loss of their marriage. What is he mourning here exactly? The loss of his free ride? His four wives status symbol? It's not the love, because we all witnessed how little of that he exhibited. Let's get real. Kody has been trying to achieve one thing for a long time, ending up with the one wife he truly loves, Robyn. That's the story here. The rest is all noise, and that's why a Kody-centered spinoff would be an absolute failure. We've heard all the different versions of his tale. We've watched him turn the story around 100 times. There's nothing new to say. And honestly, it's boring now. The man commands respect. But how do you respect someone who has no integrity? Who tells you one thing today and the opposite tomorrow? Remember that scene in Vegas when Meri, Christine, and Robyn were talking about where Kody was spending his time? Christine made it crystal clear. Kody wasn't at Meri's house. Even back then it was obvious. He had already checked out. Christine nailed it. Kody kept Meri hanging on, pretending there was hope, all while investing nothing into the relationship. It's all unraveling now, and honestly, watching it fall apart is kind of entertaining. Now, go back to one of the most revealing moments of the show with me. I watched that episode in which Truly was in critical condition in the hospital. The doctors did not know if she'd survive. It was that bad. And what does Kody do? He walks into one of his wife's houses, not to comfort or stand by, but to shower. Yes, He had a new wardrobe change coming on. Priorities, eh? And the first thing he walks in on? How's Truly? His reply. I just spent 2 hours listening to her scream. Eyebrow roll, please. Because naturally, it has nothing to do with truly hurting. It has everything to do with how he hurt listening. This is the Kody we've come to know. Someone's in labor. Kody's stressed because he might have to wait. Isabel's post-surgery recovery is long and painful. Kody's upset because it's taking too long for him. The narcissism is next level. He's a walking case study in self-absorption. And let's not forget the drama of the COVID era. When one of his sons was hospitalized with COVID, Kody sat in the car and actually had an argument with himself over whether he should pretend to be sick just so he could go inside and visit him. Heaven forbid the harried healthcare workers get a moment of respite. No, Kody must feel special. This guy is chaos, total chaos. And yet, he's surprised when people don't fall at his feet with accolades. In his mind, he's the misunderstood hero. In real life, he's the guy dismantling his family piece by piece with each narcissistic choice. And what about Robyn? Let's not make her out to be some innocent victim. Recall that little stunt she pulled during the pandemic? The one in which she overdramatically faked illness just to make a point about Kody's stringent regulations? Yeah, that occurred. She's not exactly gaining any humanitarian accolades either. So, where does this leave us? Watching the train wreck in slow motion. Kody spinning new lies. Robyn playing her role. The rest of the family trying to survive the fallout. But hey, at least we've got front row seats to the unraveling. And something tells me it's only just beginning. Yes, this is top-of-the-line commentary, and you got it spot on. There was no reason at all for Robyn to arrive in the ER with a completely normal singer's beat, except to make one more dramatic entrance on her Look at Me tour. Nothing screams, we're the victims, like filling up emergency rooms for a show. It's as if they looked at the actual struggles going on around them and said, how can we make this about us? And Kody, the so-called stud of suburban polygamy. The guy used to walk around like the king of testosterone, showing off his 4 wives like they were trophies. Like quality didn't matter. It was all about quantity being the ultimate flex. Spoiler alert, anyone observing knew that charade was over long ago. He wasn't fulfilling anyone emotionally or otherwise. He was merely accumulating relationships like merit badges. And now that the wives are piecing out and packing up one by one, Kody's entire identity is disintegrating, and rather than introspection, he goes all in with goofy, lame PDA with Robyn. It's not love. It's some awkward, strained attempt at showing the world someone still desires him. He's not grieving lost love. He's grieving the loss of being seen as the man. At the same time, Christine's out here shining, laughing, flourishing, living. Most likely because she's no longer drowning in Kody's narcissistic world. For real, she looks like she lost 200 pounds of emotional weight the day she left that door. And Robyn? Whew, you can't even refer to it as a poker face anymore. That's straight up misery. Because for all her plotting, alienating the kids, freezing out the other wives, gaining the legal wife status, she finally got what she wanted. Kody all to herself. And now she has to contend with him. No distractions, no scapegoats, just 24/7 Kody and a dwindling bank account. Financially, though, Robyn played the long con. She came in with nothing, up to her eyeballs in debt, and now she's sitting pretty in a McMansion with round-the-clock Amazon deliveries and tuition payments. But it's typical play stupid games, win stupid prizes. The money train's losing momentum, the show is limping its last legs, and the family she helped destroy isn't there to support her anymore. And yes, Robyn literally went about this lifestyle like a business venture. She wanted the polygamous benefits without the polygamous duty. Built-in babysitters, shared paychecks, limelight access, but with no genuine effort to actually form a connection with the family. She wasn't a bonus mom. She was a hostile takeover. Now, with no Janelle, no Christine, and Meri slowly disappearing from the show, there's no one to shift blame. When things go wrong now, Robyn and Kody are going to have to own up to the music, and it's gonna be off-key. Your Hogel Zoo sighting? Pure gold. Christine living her best life with David, Truly, Aspen, and the grandkids. Chef's kiss. Major props for giving them their space. And yeah, resisting the urge to snap a pic in that moment? Respect. You've got good instincts, better than half the paparazzi that haunt these folks. Also, LOL at looking at the weather. I did the same thing. East Coast humidity is like breathing soup these days. But 99 degrees in SLC with 30% humidity? Desert dragon level. I don't know how they were walking around the zoo like it's no big deal. If that was me, I'd be lying on a bench like a puddle of melted popsicle. Anyway, thanks so much for this pure gem of a rant. Bring 'em on, because this entire saga, it's a masterclass in delusion, dysfunction, and the demise of one very public ego trip. Until next time, hydrate, don't be Kody-like, and yes, always be the person who honors the moment over the photo.